Howdy y'all, welcome to Sam's Whiskey Bar. I am Mr. Sam and I am feeling honored. First of all, thank you very much, Matt, for putting on Matt Madness, and I am very, very happy to be selected as a 5th seed in that. Looking forward to finding out how that's going on. And then this morning I get a notification on my phone that says, you've been called out. You've been mentioned in a YouTube video. So I go to that, I turn on my webcam, and this is what we got.
Welcome to the Bourbon Jerk. Thanks for your click. So for today's video, we got another challenge.
Hi, Tom.
This particular challenge was started by the guys over at SLB Drinks. The topic is the most interesting whiskeys in your collection. Now, at the end of their video, they shouted out a couple other channels. Those guys gave their takes, so on and so forth. And eventually it got to our friend Carlos over at the Whiskey Corner. So thanks for the call out, Carlos. Here's the most interesting whiskeys my collection. So the first one, Balcones Brimstone, or Balcones, I'm not quite sure how you say it.
Balcones.
Now, I picked this bottle up, so there you have it. These are the most interesting whiskeys that I've got in my collection today. Thanks again to Carlos for the shout out. In order to keep this topic going, I'm going to challenge a few other challenges. How about Dylan over at Whiskey Nature? Sam, Sam's Whiskey Bar. Okay, bearded bourbon. Let's hear your thoughts, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Babe, I got work to do. Some jerk named Tom called me out. Tom, thank you for calling me out, man. You are far from a jerk, but I love your content. If you guys are not subscribed to the Bourbon Jerk, subscribe to this guy right here. Stand-up dude, does some knee-jerk reactions. Pretty funny guy, worth the watch. You'll learn stuff. I do. I'm subscribed to him. But let's talk about interesting whiskeys in my bar. I have more than what I'm going to pull out here, but I'm going to talk about some interesting whiskeys that I have found lately. And not to bore you to death, and we've talked about this before, but we got Crown Royal hand-selected barrels. These things are going out everywhere. I'm seeing these things everywhere. Last year, the state of Kansas had 4 barrels. I think the state has had 100 barrels this year. But this whiskey right here, I've got 3 bottles of this. They make this Crown Royal in Canada like Americans make bourbon, and it shows. It's the best Crown Royal I've ever had. 103 proof. Woo, it's a good one. Always a store pick. All the ones I've found have been store picks. We will set that right there. Okay, number two. And this is interesting to me. So, this Backbone weeded whiskey, you're saying, Mr. Sam, Backbone whiskey is not interesting. And some of them are. Some of them are very interesting and very good. They're higher proof stuff. This is 115.8, I think. I can barely read it right here. But this is a brown water enthusiast club pick right here. I love a rum finish. They finished this in rum, so I got this sucker. But what is interesting to me on this is Wichita Brown Water Enthusiast, a great bourbon club out of Wichita, Kansas, finished this dude in a used rum barrel from October 19th to October 20th. For one day. And that's what made that interesting to me. I don't get a whole lot of rum for some reason coming through on that, but there you go. That is interesting to me. Another one that is interesting, and I don't really like it that much, but it reminds me when I lived in Colorado, working at Golden Gate Canyon State Park, and I was taking old fallen aspen trees and moving them. Well, some of them made for a good walking stick, so I would whittle on them and carve on them and make walking sticks and chew on the aspen bark while I did it. So I got me some 291 small batch out of Colorado, finished in aspen staves. And I tell you what, you talk about a odd wood profile on there, and it was very familiar to me. So I don't really particularly like this, but it brought back a nostalgic time from when I used to chew on those aspen barks while I was whittling walking sticks. So that is very interesting to me, and a very interesting profile on a bourbon. Who's ever heard of Aspen finishing? Oh, 291 has. So, okay. I probably should save this one for last, and I probably should use another bottle. But Barrel King, almost anything Barrel King, their finishing is unbelievable. Their complexity is unbelievable. I mean, you can catch, it changes every time I go back. Like, for instance, their Burr Rye, Chocolate Cherry Stag Burr Rye, that one just changes to me all the time. This is a Philly blend here. This is a blueberry. This is finished in a blueberry brandy cask and some other stuff, I think. Finished in oak blueberry brandy, 32-year Armagnac, conditioned X white wine, and Sauternes barrels, Sauternes. I'm sure I said that wrong. And this is coming in at 110 proof. And if you have not heard of Barrel King, you guys get online, try their stuff. You have to have a subscription. It's going to cost you $145 a month with shipping to get one bottle of this stuff. Not necessarily this, the knighted stuff that Matt Porter and Jared and the guys at Barrel King are doing is just some of the best whiskey I've ever had. Okay, let's step it up a notch. This is my highest proof whiskey in my bar and my first light whiskey, corn whiskey from Copper Sky Distillery in Colorado. They buy this from MGP and age it in Colorado. This comes in at 141.6. It is a 16-year-old light whiskey that is just fantastic. And I want to say I gave $45 for this bottle. An interesting profile. It hits hard, but yet it's sweet. It's just very, very interesting on the palate. I get all kinds of stuff, toffees, candies. I get so many things and something different every time I go to. And I was expecting it to be very grain forward. You get some grain, but it's not huge grain forward. Okay, last but not least, I saw Tom did 6 of these, so I'm going to do 6. This is a new pickup. This is a Bardstown Bourbon Company. This is the straight bourbon whiskey finished in Founders KBS aged stout barrels. So this Founders whiskey from Bardstown, I didn't think much about it. I wanted it. I had heard about it. I had heard about the collaborations they were doing with their different finishings. I wanted to try it, had an opportunity to buy it, and man, am I glad I did. The stout flavors come through on this. I get even some coffee notes, just very dark, rich, yet sweet. So, hey, these are my 6 interesting. I have more. These are the 6 I picked for this video, guys. So, don't sleep on the Crown Royal hand-selected barrels. If you're like, Canadian Crown, trust me, guys, you will enjoy this one if you are a fan of bourbon. Do not sleep on that one. And let's go ahead and challenge a couple other guys. What are your most interesting whiskeys? Let's start with Sticks and Sips. Let's start with them. That's who I'm going to start with. Sticks and Sips. They got a ton of subscribers, but it's from their shorts. They don't do long videos, really. Hey guys, here's an opportunity to do a long video. Pez reviews. Let's do Pez. Pez is awesome. Would do great at this long form video. Pez, you got this. I know you have some interesting whiskeys, bro. Boom, boom, boom. And last but not least, Bourbon Barry. This guy, just a regular guy. He likes to drink whiskey like the rest of us. So check him out, guys. Challenge has been issued. What are your most interesting whiskeys? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Stay tuned as Mr. Sam is going to be a contestant on Matt Madness. Training hard. Looking forward to it. Also, come see me July 13th at Legends of Whiskey in Kansas City. Look it up. Get a ticket. Come and meet us. Catch us next time.